Mela out there, you are now rocking with Ill right here.
Yo, what up, man? It's your man 504 Detroit. You already know every Tuesday and every Thursday I'm tuning in to the hottest radio station across the land, Quarantine Radio. They put it down and they play all the hottest new music. Let's get it.
It's your boy Gabe, and I want to give a big shout out to Quarantine Radio. Make sure you check them out every Tuesday and every Thursday. And thank you for supporting my new single, Down Low.
I want to hear that lifestyle free wisdom from Quarantine Radio.
Yo, what's up, man? It's the Kid Swiffer, baby. Yo, Swift. One time for the check-in with my dog, my homie, Ill McKenzie. Straight out of ATL, Georgia. And you know how we rockin' out here, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, it's your boy iDub once again with another edition of Quarantine Radio. Alright, so as of today, our original host, King Cancer and Angie, they couldn't make it in today. Some personal reasons and everything. So if y'all remember from I think like week one of our relaunch, we interviewed my stepdad Brian Davis. So a different Brian is joining us today, or you can say that Brian from the past came and joined us right here. But yeah, so tonight is we're actually doing an interview that should have happened while Hurricane. What hurricane was that again? Florence. Yeah. Florence came, and we were supposed to have Jarvis on the show, but because we wanted to have the safety of our co-host, we had canceled that show, and ironically, again, they couldn't make it to this show, but it's all right. But if you've been rocking with Quarantine Radio for a long time, you know who we're interviewing today. Originally known when he was rapping as J Rel, now he has reinvented himself. So his company, Brand New Consultant, we're gonna have him talk a little bit about that as well tonight on the show. Yeah, I'm gonna talk more about that when we come back from the music break and everything. But first track that I'm about to play is going to be Brittany Camille with Love Won't Leave Me Alone. This is Brittany Camille with Love Won't Leave Me Alone. Then we're going to play Lisa 5000 with The One, and then go back with a throwback with J Rel with Pretty Girls, and then we'll bring him on the show, chop it up with him, see what he's been doing, how he was able to reinvent himself and all that. But first track is Brittany Camille with Love Won't Leave Me Alone. This is Brittany Camille with Love Won't Leave Me Alone. All right.
It's been a minute since I've been in this position. When you walked into my life, you changed my heart's disposition. Used to say what's love got to do with it, was falling apart, but you became the glue to my heart. Now I'm feeling like this is it, and I don't even have to think about it. As we grow closer, I see a future. If we're gonna be forever, I better get myself together. So I'm putting away my running shoes. The bus stops with you, can't lie, 'cause you make me wanna try to give my all, because love won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run, you call me baby, now I'm done searching, you got me, 'cause your love won't leave me alone. So sexy, so persistent, ooh, you never gave up and let me keep you from showing me all. let you take me in your arms. Now here I am singing love songs about the way you work that magic. Had to have it all in my life. And this is why your love is won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You caught me, baby. Now I'm done searching because your love, baby. Love won't leave me alone. Love won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You got me, baby. Now I'm done searching. You got me 'cause your sweet love won't leave me alone.
DJ could tell. Ain't no main chick and no side chick, I'm the only bit. I play no games with good money, babe, of everything. When you need change, I'm two-faced. I switch it up, can't be replaced. You know it, babe. You know it, babe. Yeah. They can get mad about me all they want. They can ask about me. And he know that I talk a lot of shit, 'cause I know what that he in love with. He be blowing the bags, running up a check. 'Cause my baby know that I'm blessed. I'm the one and only, I'm everything. Nobody can compare, please believe. I'm the one, I'm your queen and you're my king. Plays the one about the baby, I'm the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one. Yeah, they the homies, but I'm the bestie, a forever thing. I've been wifey before I got that wedding ring. You tatted on my name, our bond will never break. We solid, babe, we solid, yeah. They can get mad about me all they want. They can ask about me. And he know that I talk a lot of shit, 'cause I know what that he in love with. He be blowing the bags, running up a check. 'Cause my baby know that I'm blessed. I'm the one and only, I'm everything. Nobody can compare, please believe. I'm the one, I'm your queen and you're my king. Plays the one about the baby, I'm the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, yeah. Baby, I'm the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one, the one, I'm the one, I'm the one.
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away and rock it by. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you, I throw away my timepiece. I wanna spend time with you. 'Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
Now, summertime all shopping, fall driving. And that was when I seen her. Brown eyes, brown skin, long hair, dream girl. Looking at my roster, I need that on my team, girl. And now ain't no denying that. You automatically a starter, ain't no line that. Looking for a minute, trying to figure where you hiding at. I got the spot off Linux, we can stop and do the signing there. I know you got a man, girl, but he fan, girl. We can hit the beach and sip mojitos in the sand, girl. I know the Lord testing me. That's why I'm at you so aggressively. No flexing, I want you sitting next to me. We look good, baby. You are sexy as accessory.
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away rock-a-bye. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you, I throw away my time, please. I wanna spend time with you. 'Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
Listen, look, I got plans to leave. Throw the keys to my man Tweet. Pete, I ain't trying to make this trip alone. No, you gotta do is to move. Listen, chick, I'm wrong. Get you in there with pay the rent in a different home. Put you on to something you ain't used to. You hear that a lot, nah, I ain't trying to juice you. I just wanna boost you. Help you understand your worth and that nigga that you went through the news to. You a pretty girl. House a ditty girl. Class of your own. Can't compare to just any girl. I'm wanting you here with me, girl. Trying to make you mine, so I'm done playing friendly, girl. Cause that brain and that body, I could do some things with that shouting. Got a couple thoughts I'd share, but they mainly you're naughty. Can't front, listen, babe, you a hottie. Pretty girl.
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away and rock-a-bye. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you, I throw away my time, please. I wanna spend time with you. 'Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you. 'Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
Alright, we're back. So as I stated before on the show tonight, the last song that we just played was formerly known hip hop name J Rel, now owner of brand new consultant, Jarvis. I'm about to bring him on the line, but I just gotta say this before I bring him on the line. Like, everybody, I talk about this a lot with hip hop. Everybody have their top 10 and everything. I always say that I love Nas as an MC, but I respect Jay-Z as a entrepreneur and businessman. And I have the pleasure of actually seeing somebody in real life actually do this, like just reinventing themselves and everything, and transition from the hip hop world to the business world, taking photography, throwing events and everything. So I had to bring him back on the show and everything. We brought the show back, and I was like, yo, I gotta bring him on the show, let him talk about his truth and everything, what made him go in this direction and everything. Because I see him talking to the kids, handing out his mixtapes and everything. But I got on the line Jarvis Releford. What's going on, man? Jarvis? Seem like hold on one moment. Seem like we might have cause I'm seeing that he's still on. I'm gonna leave the line open and see if he just comes on and everything. While we waiting for Jarvis to come on, cause I see that he's on the line. Not sure exactly what's going on as far as lines going and everything. But as I stated, we have my stepdad Brian Davis co-hosting tonight with us and everything. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. Excited about talking to Jarvis from the ATL.
All right. And we're gonna go over, as always, we go over everything as far as the NFL, what's going on, the rankings on everything, as far as the Pick'em League and everything. I think last time I checked it, me and Brian was actually, King Cancer was actually tied for first place and everything. I mean, not first place, but second place. It was either second or third place that we were tied for. I'm about to check on one thing right quick while I am doing that. Because I know that he said that he was heading to a destination. But I'm going to go probably most likely in the second half. We're also going to have Joy call in and everything. And we'll go over the NFL weekend and everything, see exactly what our picks lines up for. Because, like, there was a couple picks that we had a whole bunch of discussion on as well about who was going to win and everything. There was a couple games that we had, like, a heated discussion on as far as my picks versus theirs. And it comes up, those games actually I had lost, but I'm still at the point where I can still be in second place and everything. So it's not too much of a drop off and everything. But hell, I'm just trying to. Cause I know that he said he was going to put his phone on mute, so I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened and everything. While we're waiting for him, I'll just go into the.
What's going on?
Okay. There you go. All right,
Sorry
so
about that.
it's good. I know that you said you were heading to a destination and everything. All right, so you
Right.
most likely missed what I had said about you and everything then, or did you hear me?
I heard. I just wasn't able to, like I said, respond. But we're good now.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just talking about like what you were able to do just remind me of Jay-Z on how he was reinventing himself and everything as far as you taking the game as far as going from the MC to the business world and everything. What actually put you on that journey as far as saying I'm going to leave the rap alone and go into this part to actually do the business consulting, the photography, and everything like that? What set your mind to actually do all that?
Well, there's a few things. First, I want to thank you for having me, man. It's funny how life works, and everything comes back full circle. I started out rocking with you, and it's crazy how we stayed in contact and been following each other's grind ever since.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer the question, there was a few things that made me decide, like, okay, this is what we got to do. We got to make a change. We have to walk away from this, only to come back and do what we're doing now. So I love music. I love everything about that grind. It was just in the market that we were in. Here in Atlanta, it's an oversaturated market. And so understanding, oversaturation is bad if you're the artist. It was a bad look to be the artist in an oversaturated market. So even today here, like right now, if you went to the mall and you stopped 5 guys, 6 of them rap. You know what I mean? So that just lets you know where the game is as far as the saturation went. So looking at it from a business perspective, I saw that opportunity. This is an oversaturated market full of young men, young women, children, and parents that wanted to see their children excel and succeed in the music industry. So that was the first thing that I saw. And the second thing that I saw was here we were spending money on marketing and advertising. So we were putting thousands and thousands of dollars each year into making sure our videos was right, making sure our flyers were right, making sure our logos were on point, making sure making sure all the marketing and all the advertising was on point because, quality was one of my things. Quality as an artist was important to me. Quality as an artist was important to my brand. So we were spending all this money. And it got to a point where, and this is at the time, this is when everybody didn't have a camera, man. This is when everybody didn't have a laptop with Photoshop and Illustrator. Like, this was a time when, like, dudes was hitting us in the head for like $300 for a one-look photo shoot. Dudes was charging like $125 for a CD cover. Like, the game was crazy, and it's crazy how that cost has gone down tremendously. But just understand the type of money that we were spending. So every time we performed, we had a flyer to go out. Every time we went out, we had to pay the video guys. We had to pay the photographers. We had to pay all of this money. So looking at it from a business perspective, I saw all of that opportunity. Like, wait a minute, we paying all of this money to pay these guys to come out and do this. So let's sit back and reevaluate what we're doing. So I think it came from a place of frustration. Learning how to do graphics, teaching myself how to do graphics came from an honest place of frustration. I was sick of paying $150 for a flyer.
Hey,
I was sick of that. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me teach myself Photoshop.
Jarvis.
So I taught myself Photoshop. I took off from music the whole time. Can you hear me?
Jarvis.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. This is Brian Davis here. I'm co-hosting tonight. I just want to ask you a question because you're talking about the money you're putting out for photography and promotion and all that. Were you signed to a record label?
No. I mean, we sit on our own. We were an independent label.
Independent label, okay. So that's why I had to pay all the money. I know usually you sign to a label. The label would pay for those kind of things.
Yeah, they're supposed to take care of that. No, we did it out of the trunk of our cars, man. We did it. This is when the internet had really just popped, so you were really able to make a big splash in the music industry on the internet. So no, we weren't signed to a label. We had a few offers. I had a few offers, a few looks. Nothing worthwhile, nothing worth me locking myself into a contract for years, and it wasn't worth it. The money was never ever worth it. Worth what had to be done. So the right deal never came. So I never signed. But like I was saying, we were spending all this money out of pocket. And so again, seeing all the money I was spending out of frustration, I taught myself Photoshop. So I started doing our CD cover. I started doing the flyers. I started doing all of that. And then I still had a good buddy of mine, shout out to Slim. He was doing our photography. So, I was wasn't paying him what he was worth at the time. But we were still paying them, and it was still, a pretty penny. So, still paying that money, but I'm sorry.
I went to your website and I seen the sample of flyers circulated on the website, and they were outstanding,
right?
Amazing. You did that artwork for all those flyers?
Yeah, I did everything on that site. I did.
Okay, that's great. That's great work.
Thank you. So taught myself the game, taught myself Photoshop. Began to give it to my people. I was doing my people for free. I was doing everybody on, alumni family. I was doing all their work for free. And then, it got to a point where they were like, dude, this is too good to not be buying, So once, I started listening, like, okay, so I started marketing my services to other people. And I started out, man, that, I was probably charging $15, $20 a flyer. Just, I wasn't confident enough in my craft at the time. And, learn how to do flyers, and I'm charging $65, $75 a flyer now. Sometimes it just depends on what you want. I've charged $100 for flyers, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Understand, so if you think about it, here I was in this oversaturated hip-hop Atlanta market where 6 out of 5 dudes are artists that need these services. Imagine how I cleaned up in my first year, marketing these same services to these same guys that I was at these same showcases, that I was at these same shows with. I'm marketing my services to them now, and it's like, well, wait, we need that. So here I was doing the CD covers and the album covers and the artwork for all of these guys, and that's where the money started really flowing.
How long have you been in business?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been in business doing this flyers and things?
Brand, I'm gonna be honest. Brand New Consulting Group really started back in 2010. A lot of people didn't know I was behind it. I had another company. It was actually it was called Promo Precision, and Promo Precision is what we now know today as Brand New Consulting Group. But we were doing the YouTube marketing, we were doing the Twitter marketing, we were doing all of this stuff that, and I never advertised it. I would do it to the artists that I was dealing with, but I never advertised it like publicly online or anything like that. But we've technically been in business since 2010.
Okay. So as far as like with you transitioning, because like you said, everybody, like a lot of people don't realize that there are people that want to be in the front of everything, but like the people in the background are the ones that make most of the money, like you were saying. 'Cause like they have to spend all this money because like if you don't market yourself and you don't reach your target audience, those people don't make their money. So that's the reason why branding consultants can charge as much as they do, because they're going to help you in the end make your money, and it's basically investing in yourself when you invest into brand marketing.
Absolutely. And what I urge people to do every day, if you don't invest in your brand, if you don't invest in you, dude, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna. You can't win without investing in yourself. So I'll let people know. And it's a lot of shortcuts. It's a lot of, but ain't no shortcuts to success, man. It's you got the Fivers and you got the Canvas and all these shortcut design sites and these shortcut editing. Like, it's cool, I get it, but it's that you got to invest. If you want to get there, you got to invest. And I tell people all the time, man, like if you can't afford to invest, you can't afford to play this game. And that's at any level. That's if you are a chef, that's if you are a ball player. It doesn't matter. If you can't invest in your brand, you don't deserve to be in the game. You got to sit back until you can. It was the same way in music. When you deal with music, so when you hear a new artist and the music sound, not sounds, but the quality isn't there. It's staticky and it's echoey. It's because he hasn't invested in his brand. Are you more apt to listen? I don't care how dope that artist is. If the quality of the music ain't there, nobody cares. And it's the same way with branding and advertising. If your flyer looks like shit, chances are I'm not coming to your party. If your flyer looks like shit, chances are I'm not hiring you to come and clean my house. And that doesn't say if your flyer is dope, you're a dope cleaner, but it just tells me that you've invested in yourself, and I'm more apt to do business with someone who's invested in themselves than I am to do business with someone that hasn't.
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that, because like there's some people that their flyer look like the event is going to be an upscale party and everything, and then you get there and it's a hole in the wall. But at the same time, like it's what attracted the person to go there was the flyer. Like they put this mirage that, hey, look at this and look at that, but like you say, it's all about like how you paint the image and everything.
You're right, absolutely. That's what branding is. Branding and marketing is telling that story, and the brand, it keeps you there. If your story, your marketing, if your story is trash, nobody's going to stick around to hear the rest of it. Nobody's going to stick around to the end. And I understood that dealing with music, man. Music, believe it or not, man, I learned so much from music, writing records, and just dealing with music in the music industry. It taught me marketing. It taught me branding. Because when you sit down and you record that record, or you writing that record, you gotta think like, okay, who's gonna listen to this? Immediately, you identify your target audience. Immediately, you have to identify who your target audience is. So once you identify who your target audience is, you know what type of song you could write. If your target audience is upscale, loafers and high heels, and if that's your market, you know what type of record you need to be writing, right?
Yeah.
But if you're so you know what you know the beat the beat need to sound like, all of that. It's the same thing with branding and marketing. If I'm dealing with like I got a client now that I deal with, she's a
hold on a minute. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, hold on one moment, because we still had J Rel on the phone. We're gonna put you on hold right quick. Did you have a question for him?
No, I was just listening.
Oh, okay. One moment.
Cleaning, she was doing a lot of houses in the hood.
Jarvis?
She was doing a lot.
Yeah, my bad. Somebody called in and kind of knocked you off and everything.
No problem.
Yeah. So there was a listener calling in, and I meant to put them on hold, but they had actually clicked over to them and everything. But the last thing that we heard you saying is you were talking about the cleaning the houses.
I was dealing with it because of my cleaning lady, right? I'm dealing with her, and when she came to me, she was like, Jarvis, this is my issue. I'm cleaning in the hood, and there's no knock to the hood. We love the hood, but we want to scale. We want to increase our profits. So we need, in order to increase our profits, we have to increase our target audience. We have to reach another group of people. And once we were able to identify what the problem was her marketing. She was doing her flyers on Canva. You know what I mean? Her flyers didn't look the part. Her logo didn't look the part. So she was getting those. It looked cheap. For lack of better words, it looked cheap. So who are you attracting with cheap advertising and cheap marketing? You're attracting cheap people. She wanted upscale clientele. We did a photo shoot. We did an upscale photo shoot with her. Did it in the mansion. All of her flyers, all of her graphics are upscale, and it caters to the upscale market. So when we put a flyer out, she don't get the riffraff. We actually want to turn the riffraff. We want them to look at this flyer and be like, nah, this ain't for me. She's not for me. I need something a little less high class. I need a lower class cleaning lady. Mm-hmm. And so at that point, mission accomplished. We understood who the target market was, and we executed perfectly. It was perfection. And now her target market, she's making more money. She's not in the hood cleaning. She's in these $1 million neighborhoods. This is what she's doing. She's a success story for us. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to talk about her clients. But that's what it is. So music helped me identify all of these things. I know who is who and what's what and where they need to go to get what they're trying to get. It just God just put us in a position to be able to do it and do it the right way.
So when you actually sit down with your clients and everything, like are there some set questions that you have for them to basically identify like what they want to accomplish and how you actually going to start their marketing campaign and everything?
Absolutely. The first thing we have to identify is brand identity. You got to know who you're gonna be. I mean, that's the same thing with people. That's the same thing with people. That was the same thing with music. We had to identify with who we are. Or when you're dealing with brands, you get the luxury of determining who you want to be. You feel me? So there's a difference between who you are and who you want to be. And so I always sit down with them and I ask them, I say, describe what you want to be in 3 adjectives. And I hear some crazy stuff. I hear some good stuff. And once I know what it is they want to be, then I'm able to advise and instruct in that direction. So I might get somebody say, hey, I want my brand. I got a what's some of the stuff I got right now? I got a baker. And she was like, I want my logo to be, not my logo, I want my brand to be fun, but I want my brand to be classy, and I want my brand to be bold. So those 3 words already told me she needed, I know she needed bold colors, but I know she needed, the font work had to be upscale, it had to be classy. I was able to identify fonts, I was able to identify colors, I was able to identify textures just from what she told me. And that's 75% of it, knowing what you're going to look like. Jarvis, I knew what she looked like. I'm sorry?
Jarvis, let me ask you something. How important is social media in getting your brand out there to the public?
Social media is extremely important if extremely. It's extremely important. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Social media is about where we are right now in this day and age. Social media is about 90% of the game.
That's big.
Social that may be an exaggeration. I'm gonna scale that back. Social media is probably 65 to 75% of the game. Because those that make the money, those that have the money to spend, our millionaire clientele, they're not on social media. They're not. They don't have time to be on Facebook. They don't have time to be on Twitter. They don't have time to be on Instagram. They're making money. So I'm going to say 65 to 75% of the game within the middle class is on social media. So it's very important that you have a social media presence. I don't care what kind of business you run. It's probably the most important form of marketing that you can use because you can touch so many people in a matter of seconds. So artists, I made a post the other day. I don't understand how new artists are on social media with private pages. That makes no sense to me.
No,
Yeah, that's one thing that I never understood is like you'll go to somebody's Instagram and it'll say private and everything and they're trying to advertise something.
Yeah.
And
I'll never listen to them.
It's just crazy to me, and
it's crazy. It makes no sense. And what it tells me is, what it says is, I got some other stuff going on. I got some other personal business going on. Either I'm cheating on my girl, or I'm with the girl that I cheated on my girl with, or I'm gay, or it says a lot about the person. And we dig a little deeper. It says that this person doesn't have the wherewithal to create a completely different page separate from his personal that he can just post his music on. So when I see an artist say, hey, go check me out on Instagram or go check me out on Twitter, and I go check them out on Twitter and their page is private, or not even an artist, a business owner, and their page is private, they can't help me, I can't help them. I'm here to help you gain awareness. I'm here for brand awareness. I'm here to help identify brand identity. I'm here to push you to the next level. I can't do that from a private page because you hiding who you're sleeping with. You follow me?
Yeah, you get that because that's exactly why. Like I have separate social media accounts for each thing that I do. But that's another thing. Like because like what you were saying about identity and everything. Like that's one thing that I had the hardest trouble because like people would want to basically promote me and everything. And I would be like, hold off on that for a second because like I really didn't know like how I could jam together all that I did, and then at the same time like somebody told me like I really need to sit down and focus on one thing and build up that one thing, and like that's probably was like one of my weakest points is because like I would try to do too much, and
right. That's a for lack of better words, that's not the move. And you and I shared a lot of both of us at one point were doing a lot. Because I know I saw you DJing at one point. I saw you pick up the camera at one point. I saw you, you know what I mean? And I saw you doing a lot. I think you were acting. Yeah. You were doing a lot. And as was I. I was doing the home decor. I started the home decor line where we were putting, pillows and pictures and, catchy phrases and, making it artful and artsy and cute and pretty and, women were buying it. And then I was doing the speed dating. Extremely lucrative business, but I had to sit down and identify what was bringing in the most income. Where was I most effective? And in Atlanta, man, you got the numbers, man. You visited, you've been here. Mm-hmm. The women outnumber the men 12, 13, 14 to 1. So I had to think about it from a male's perspective. I was probably dealing with the wrong market. My target audience was probably off. But if you think about it, if the odds are in my favor, I can go 14 to 1. It's 14 women for me anywhere I go. Why would I go speed date? Mm. Why would I go speed date? Yeah. I can go to the mall and bag up. I can go to the grocery store and bag up and speed date at the grocery store. And I don't got to be put on Front Street. Ain't no microphones going to be in my face. Ain't no cameras going to be there. It's going to be me and my vegetables and whatever chick walk past me in the aisle, and I can speed date there. I can speed date at the mall. So once I realized that, and I'm taking it a step further, I'm gonna pick speed dating back up. But God told me to sit down, man. He said, sit down with Brand New Consulting Group, nourish it, feed it, water that grass, and I'm gonna make it work for you. And once he said that to me, I sat down and I stopped doing the event. I still sponsor a few from time to time, but
let me ask you a question.
You gotta,
is newspaper and radio still a good way to reach the public, or is it kind of an outdated method now? How important is newspaper advertisement?
Say that one more time.
Newspaper advertisement and radio advertisement. How important is that in reaching your public, reaching your consumers?
What? I'm sorry, I can't. What type of advertising?
Newspaper and radio.
Newspaper and media.
And radio.
Understanding demographics and understanding audiences. You have to ask yourself, who reads the newspaper? Right? And then you do have newspapers like Creative Loafing and other papers like that, where it's easy to get this stuff in. However, in my personal opinion, I believe it's highly ineffective. So you got to ask yourself, who's reading newspapers these days? With everything online, with everything at the touch of your finger, who's picking up a newspaper at the newsstand, looking for the next big thing, or looking for their cleaning lady, or looking for their lawn care guy, or looking for the next plumber? No, nobody. Very small percentage. I would say 2 to 3 people out of 100 are picking up a newspaper looking for that. They're going to Google.
Let me ask you something. Let's say, just for example, let's say I'm starting a T-shirt business, and I have $5,000 to spend on advertisement. Where's my money best spent?
Facebook.
Huh?
Facebook.
A book?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
I wouldn't put the whole $5,000 into Facebook advertising. But Facebook, people don't understand that for business owners, there's a completely different world for business owners when it comes to Facebook. And Facebook has for the Facebook ads, they have a highly sophisticated targeting system where you're able to target the type of people, the demographic of people that you want to see your ad.
Yeah.
Highly effective. Highly effective. So if you're gonna spend money on advertising, you have to go through Facebook. You got to check out Facebook. Facebook and Instagram are running hand in hand. I would also take a look at SEO, search engine optimization. I would make sure that my ads are popping up on other websites. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this thing, but this SEO thing is so real, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on the phone and text your girl or text your wife and say, hey, man, I think I want some Zaxby's. What you want to eat, babe? I want Zaxby's. And I swear to God, you text that over, and 10 minutes later, you're surfing the web on your phone, and a Zaxby's ad pops up.
Yep.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
That's called targeting, and that's search engine optimization. They're able, they and cookies and cookies. So I would definitely invest in those systems that are picking up on text messages, stuff that you're seeing on the web. I would definitely. I'm gonna take it a step further, man. It's so crazy what Big Brother's doing, what technology is doing. I was in a grocery store not too long ago. I ran into a guy. He and I played ball somewhere. I can't remember where, but I remember him. He remembered me, but we couldn't figure out where we knew each other from. We sat there for about 5-10 minutes, man. Did you play it at such and such? Nah, man, I played at this. Did you go here? Nah, man, I played it. And when I got home, 10 minutes later, you won't believe who Facebook suggested I be a friend with. This same guy we couldn't figure out. It was crazy. It's crazy, man. So technology is an animal. It's very. I would stay away from newspapers, magazines, depending on if the type of clientele that you're going for, because magazines have a loyal fan base.
Now,
it's somebody who get that Jet magazine.
Now, what about YouTube?
YouTube as well. You want to advertise on YouTube as well. You want to get a commercial, or with their ad program. Facebook is the wave though. Facebook funnels you to YouTube.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Facebook is the wave right now, and it's inexpensive. You can do a Facebook ad, run it for 2 weeks. You want to target 25,000 people in the Metro Atlanta area that have newborn babies and drink Ciroc. You can do that on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can target that specifically on Facebook.
Yeah, because I've done that. Yeah, I've done that a couple times where you can actually pick like the location that you want to target, the radius of that location. Put the and that's another thing that you really gotta like discover, like hashtags and stuff like that. Like, how do you classify what you're trying to do, and that's the other thing that you were talking about, of knowing who your target market is.
Absolutely. With those hashtags, man, you just want to be in the mix. You just want to be in the spot, because everybody has, photographers, we all hashtagging the same thing. IG pick of the day, hashtag beautiful photo, hashtag pretty girl, hashtag, we all doing the same tag. So from a branding perspective, from a marketing perspective, we have to make sure that we are hashtagging the right thing. And sometimes you got to be specific. And there's people, I get people every day, man, how did you find me? Well, I just went to Instagram, I hashtag Atlanta photographer, and I saw your stuff, and I was like, I'm in. So like, it happens. Like, hashtags are real. People see, I used to see them and be like, man, that nigga just want more likes on his photo. That's when I just thought that hashtags brought you likes.
Yeah.
That's when I was immature in what I was doing. And once I learned hashtags brought you business, man, I have my notes section on my phone is full of hashtags for whatever type of photo I'm putting out, for whatever type of flyer I'm putting out. I got about 30 hashtags to go with it that I just copy and paste the hashtag, because it's effective. It's highly effective.
So as far as like how long did it take you to learn? Because like I'm still dipping and dabbing with Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, and I just now started dipping in Lightroom and everything. Like, how long did it take you to actually perfect that to what you're doing right now?
The crazy thing is, it's still in progress, man. But okay, so let's take it a step backwards. I knew when I started this graphic design thing that I needed to do. I was 20. I was 27, 26, or something like that. I knew that I had to get in there, and I had to get good, and I had to get good fast, right? So I spent hours, days, hours. I got a couple buddies I hit up every now and again, Super G, shout out to Super G, and I lean on them. Hey man, how was this person able to do this in Photoshop, or how was this person? So to answer the question, it took me, my learning curve was shorter because I spent more time with it. So it took me, I'm going to say, to get to where I am now, it took about 18 months to where I'm comfortable and confident to tell someone no. I'm not doing that for you. I'm able to tell somebody no. At one point, I was at a point where I had to say yes to everybody. Hey, bro, all I got is $25 for you, bro. Here you go, bro. Do this flyer for me. I was at a place where, when I first started out, I had to take every dollar I could. Now I'm at a place where I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. I'm good. I'm able to turn down work, and because I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what my skill set is. I'm able to, like I said, turn down work. It took about 18 months to get there with Photoshop. Lightroom, I'm still perfecting Lightroom. I use Lightroom for different purposes than other people use it for. But Photoshop, I lean on a lot of my guys, man. I got a network of good photographers and graphic designers that I call up anytime I have any questions or issues about anything. and you begin to develop your own style. You once you get in your style, and you're able to perfect your style, and your style is clean, and once you're able to get there, you'll be able to have the same energy that I have. People tell me all the time, well, your work ain't that good for you to be acting like that. I'm like, what's that? Why we talking? You know what I'm saying? Like, why we talking? Why are you even here if my work ain't that good?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm the best at this. No, by no way, shape, form, or fashion. Am I saying I'm the best graphic designer walking around? Nah, hell no. It's some talented dudes out here. It is some talented dudes out here, and I lean on them. They don't even know it, but I lean on them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to their Instagram for inspiration. I go to their Facebook for inspiration. It's a few guys out here that's killing it. I ain't even gonna give them their props, but they. It's some guys out here that's killing it, and I lean on them, man. And that's all this is. I tell people all the time, man. Art is art. There's nothing under the sun that hasn't been done.
Yeah,
and I don't want to see it through. I don't want to see it through style. I don't want to do nigga, spill it.
Yeah, because there'll be times that I'll finish doing the photos, editing and everything, post it up and everything. Then I'll go to a photographer that I'll get a bunch of compliments and everything. Then I'll go to a photographer that I like, and I'll just compare my pictures to him, how I edit my stuff, and I'm sitting there like, what am I missing and stuff like that? Why can I tweak it the same as the way that they tweaked it and everything like that? So I know what you're talking about and everything, but me personally, I still don't think I'm at that level. Like, even though I get compliments and everything, I still look at my stuff and be like, there's something missing. What is missing? And have you ever had the issue of your photos look different on Facebook versus on Instagram?
Yeah. Facebook has a compression system. When you upload your photo, my photos look like shit on Facebook. When you upload, this is the thing, if you upload from your phone to Facebook, your photos are gonna look like shit. They're gonna be pixelated. They're gonna take a severe drop in quality, right? But if you upload from your computer, you lose less quality than you would when you upload from your phone. So I suggest you upload from your computer. There's also a plug-in for Lightroom where you can upload to social media from Lightroom. That's probably where you get the best quality, is if you upload directly from Photoshop or upload directly from Lightroom.
I never heard of Lightroom. What is that?
This is an Adobe product.
Yeah, I use Lightroom when I'm doing weddings, and I got 500 photos that I need to edit. And so think of it this way: you're at a wedding. The wedding starts out. Let's say it's an outdoor wedding. The wedding starts out outside, so your lighting outside is all going to be the same, right? It's going. I mean, minor cloud cover here or tree shadow there. Your lighting is going to be relatively the same. But what happens when you go inside? Then your lighting changes, which means you got to change the settings on your camera. You got to change the settings on your flash, and now you're dealing with a different type of light. So Lightroom helps me mass edit. So if I got 15 photos that I took outside and I like what I did with this first photo, I can apply those same effects to the other 14 photos, and I can do it pretty quickly. It expedites my process when I'm editing a mass amount of photos. I'm able to mass edit, or if the shadow was too dark on this photo, I can remove it from the other 14 without pulling them up individually in Photoshop. Photoshop, you're only dealing with, you got to deal with that one image. You edit that image and you on to the next. Lightroom kind of has like a scrolling bar where you can just switch to your pictures pretty quickly. To me, it's a quicker way to mass edit. Sometimes I start out in Photoshop with one photo. Let's say I got a photo I took of a woman or a lake or an ocean or something like that. I may start off in Photoshop giving it everything that I want to give it in Photoshop, but then I take it to Lightroom to do the finishing touches, add some additional filters and clean it up a little bit more. So, I mean, to me, Lightroom isn't a necessity unless I'm doing like weddings or events or something like that where I need to edit a bunch of photos really fast.
Like with you doing photography and everything, have you ever thought about going into the cinematography field as well?
it's funny you ask. God has His way of putting you in places you never thought you'd be. So yeah, I'm actually working on a pilot for a dark. It's a dark comedy. I'm working on a pilot for that right now. It's crazy. I never thought I'd be working on it. You know, I wasn't even interested in doing film. The reason I brought my camera is because I was doing flyers for people that were giving me shitty photos. I was doing business cards for people. I was doing advertisements. I was doing 8.5 by 11s for people who had shitty photos. So I was like, well, let me buy this camera, and then I can charge them another $35, $45 to come out and take their picture for this flyer, and that's what I'll do. You know what I mean? It was for me. It was another means of making quick income, some quick money real quick. So that passion, just turned into something else. I started getting people, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Will you do this? Will you do that? And that's where it went with the camera. So yeah, cinematography is definitely the next step. I done shot a few videos, wedding videos. I mean, that's one thing. But what we're about to do with this comedy, man, this dark comedy is gonna be big.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually was gonna do a web series and everything, but like you said, I was doing too much, and like I never got around to like setting dates for people to start filming. And when I did, everybody wasn't on the same schedule and everything, and it kind of just fell apart. Like I even did a whole photo shoot and everything to get people's interest, and like I got a whole bunch of people interested. When is this going to drop? When is it going to drop? And like I just never got to shoot it and everything because like everybody just kind of dropped off, or they got other things doing. Like our main girl ended she got pregnant, so she couldn't do it no more. So I kind of like put that on hold and everything. So like that's the main thing that I'm trying to do is like focus on one thing, build that up and everything, and like just let everything come in like you were stating before. Like you just gotta let things just kind of roll in and just focus on one thing and build it up.
Absolutely. One thing, and I learned this from, it's crazy again, man. I learned all these lessons from putting together video shoots for the music. People, and that's the hardest thing to do, bro, is to get 10 people together to do one thing, and then have all these moving pieces. Like, when we shot Pretty Girl, you was there for the Pretty Girl video shoot. Mm-hmm. But I had to make sure I had to pick a day that everybody was available. And so once I found the day that everybody was available, I had to find a location that was available for me to shoot that same day. So it's so many moving pieces, but I'm able to put together video shoots and commercials. And I'm able to do that now because of what I learned when I was doing the music, because, again, we had to do all of that on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so, yeah, I mean, next time you got to get your ducks in a row first. You got to have your locations in a row first. People are the last thing you need. You need the structure. You need the infrastructure. You need the groundwork, the foundation laid before you start bringing people in. I'm working on something major right now, major for the wedding game, and I can't. I want to bring people in right now, but I can't. I gotta lay the foundation. I gotta lay the infrastructure for what it is I'm trying to do. Because once you build it, the people will come, man.
Yeah.
Once you build it, the people will come.
That's another thing that I realized too is like I would always try to bring people in, and because it wasn't fully developed, I start losing people that way as well. But like as soon as people start seeing stuff, people start gravitating to me.
Right. And so that's why, and you will get more. I learned you just get more accomplished. You build it, and then they come. Man, what I see a lot on social media, I spend a lot of time on social media. What I see on social media is a lot of people who say things like, well, if I throw this party, would you come? Or if I started this business, would you support? Or if I were to start selling this, would you buy? And if I were to give away a photo shoot, would you register to win? Don't. I urge people, don't do that. That's so cheesy. It's so scary. It's so immature to do that. If you're thinking about starting a business, start your business. If you're thinking about throwing a party, throw your party. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, and it gotta be built right. I ain't going to your house if your house ain't built right. I ain't coming to your party if your party, if it ain't advertised and marketed right. You want to keep me there? The house gotta be built right. The building gotta be there. The infrastructure of what we trying to do gotta be there. And people are the same way. And that's why we lose interest when we try to do things like, if you're trying to throw an event or you're trying to shoot a movie or trying to shoot a short film or a web series. When people show up, they want action. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta build it first. They'll come. I say pick it back up, man. Once it seems like you got a handle on this. Once you get to where you want to be with it, hand it off to somebody else and start, jump off and do some other stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I have my new co-host and everything, because like I even talked to them about it and everything. I'm like I'm trying to help y'all build y'all brand and everything underneath my brand, and then I can be able to go off do something else when I realize that they got a handle of it. So I'm sitting here trying to groom them, because I honestly feel like you probably one of the most people that I've interviewed, because while I was trying to get them to understand who you were, like I sent them all the interviews that I had of you, and I'm like, Dad, you've been on the show 7 times. But so
it's been that many times?
Yeah, I believe so. Like I got to go back and check, but it was like 5 or 7 times. Like you are been on the show. I was like, Dad. But like I've been doing this for years and everything, and like I love doing it and everything. But like I said, like I feel like I do too much. And because I do too much, and like if I could like groom some people to be able to just take control of this and then go off and do something else, and like, cause like my main thing is just helping other people build themselves, and then also helping them probably actually get money and stuff like that way too. Cause like that's what I tell them, like, I'm trying to help you build yourself up. I see potential in you. And sometimes I felt like that's what hurt me. Because, like, I see potential in people and they don't see it in themselves. And, like, I felt like I put a lot of energy into that person and they don't pan out. So I've been learning to, like, pick and choose to see who's actually dedicated and who's actually willing to put that 110% into it.
Yeah. What I've learned, man, and I hope that I don't come off as a negative Nancy or a Ned or anybody, but I've learned that, man, people don't jump on board until that bus is running, man, until that train is moving. They don't like this. They don't want to see the beginning stages. They want to see it when it's popping. And I get people now, like, I got a staff of graphic designers, that I work with, but they weren't rocking with me. Even with the photography, bro, I used to reach out to chicks and be like, hey, listen, I'm finna give you a shoot for free. Like, what's up? Let's set it up. And these same chicks, it's crazy. These same chicks would be like, yeah, I gotta lose weight. Or they'll give me every excuse in the world as to why they didn't want to shoot, which is bullshit. But they give you because with Photoshop, you and I both know you could take away pounds and inches and curves and do whatever you want to do with it. So, you know what I'm saying? I was meeting these chicks, asking me, hey, let's shoot. I think you're pretty, let's shoot. And they were giving me these excuses. So this is when I first started out. And it was like now, these same chicks is in my inbox now, like, hey, when we gonna shoot? You remember when you asked me to shoot? And I'd be like, yeah, bro, I'm good. I have to tell them no. Just so they know that you missed this train. When this train wasn't running as fast as it was, like, you didn't want to have nothing to do with it, but now you see it's popping. I'm shooting this chick or I'm shooting that chick. I done shot your friend, and your friend photos look crazy. Like, now you want to take photos, and on top of that, you want it for free.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, if I've approached you about shooting, if I've approached you about helping your brand, and I approached you from a standpoint of I'm here to help, I'm here to do it for free. That window, that's a small window, man. And the moment you say no, I'm like, cool. You're going to pay for it the next time. You're going to pay for it. And as sure as shit stinks, they come back. Hey, man, You remember when you asked me, about shooting such time? Well, I want to do this. I got this idea. And I'd be like, okay. Well, what's your email? Let me see this invoice. And they'd be like, invoice? You know what I mean? So people like to jump on board when they see something moving. When they see something. So as it relates to if you came to me and was like, Jay, how can I make quarantine radio more than what it is? How can I improve it? How can I scale this business? And you were telling me that you working with these guys and you gotta do quarantine by yourself. You gotta host every show. You gotta make every flyer. You gotta shoot every shot. You gotta do everything by yourself. The people will come. And when they come, the main thing that you gotta understand, and I had to learn this lesson too, bro, you are always training your competition. So they come in, they see how you operate, and they see how you run the quarantine radio. They see how you doing things. They see what you're doing, and in the back of their mind, they always like, well, I can do this too, and I can do it my way.
True.
I can do it my way without him telling me that I can only say this or I can only talk this part, and I could do it my own way. You gonna get that. You gonna get that, and we just have to understand that the person that's coming in to work for me is my competition.
True.
You still got to treat them like I'm here to teach you everything you need to know, but you got to understand that they're going to spread their wings and they're going to fly one day, and if they're good at what they do, they're going to be your competition one day.
True.
This is battle rap for me, man. This graphic design, photography thing, all of this marketing, branding, this is battle rap for me. This is how can I get a leg up on every photographer? How can I get a leg up on every graphic designer? How can I get a leg up on every branding agency? And the beauty of what we do at our branding agency is we do everything. We do everything. So we get a company that says, hey, we want to make a radio commercial. We can make a radio commercial. Hey, we want to make a video commercial. We can make a video commercial. Hey, we want to get a banner. We can make a banner. Like, I have access to everything. Like, and it took years to build this thing, man. But I have access to everything. So they asked me, well, what's the difference between you and this person? Well, this person is going to contact me to do your flyer if you go with them. Because they don't do flyers. They just advise and instruct. So if you want a one-stop shop, you know what I'm saying? If you want a one-stop shop to get your work done, to get your brand branded properly without being outsourced. I was working with a few companies. You know, they online, they do this, they do that. Oh, we this, we that. I'm a business coach. I'm a business baby or some bullshit. Like, but all she was doing was funneling the clients to me. All she did was gave them advice. Hey, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be doing that. You know, you should structure your business this way. But when it came time for business cards, it came time for flyers, it came time for websites, she was calling me. I should have had that client to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the way the game works, man. That's the way the game works.
I appreciate you you coming on and dropping jewels and everything. Brian, did you have anything to say before we let Jarvis go?
No. I'm good.
Could you give out all your social media and how people can contact you and basically just how to get a consultant, like how you do your consulting and everything with their business and stuff?
Absolutely. So mainly you want to go to the website, www.brandnewconsultinggroup.com. There's a contact us section on there. If whatever you need, you know, put it in the contact section. I'm also on Instagram at Brand New Consulting Group. You can find us on Facebook at Brand New Consulting. I think it's Brand New Consulting 11. I think there's a Brand New Consulting Group out of the UK doing business under the Brand New Consulting Group page on Facebook.
Let me ask you a question.
So it's Brand.
Let me ask you a question. You do the designing of the flyers, right? But you have to send it to another company to get it printed. Is that right?
No, we print in-house. I do everything in-house.
Okay.
I do everything in-house.
Okay, that's good.
We do everything. That's why I tell, you know, I'm dealing with a lady right now, and she went to a girl. You know, women tend to stick with women. So there was she went to this girl to get her marketing and her and you know, her business coaching. She went there, you know, because she felt more comfortable with a woman. But like I said, all this woman did was funnel these people to me, funnel the same client to me to do the work. Now in those moments, I have to act like a silent designer. I'm a ghost designer. I'm a ghost. You know.
Yeah, let me ask you this too. Once you decided to go into business, did you make a business plan up?
Once I decided to do what now?
Once you decide to go into business, did you draw up a business plan?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to know where you're going,
right?
In order to go anywhere, you had to have a plan. You had to have a strategy. And when I started out, I created a 7-tier plan, and we're actually in like phase 3 of the plan right now. We got a few more steps to go to get to where we want to go. Yeah. But we're in phase 3. We're cornering the market. We branched out in the video. We branched out into high fashion. I got stylists on the team. We're doing it all. I started out just designing. Now we are a full scale marketing, branding, and advertising firm.
That's what's up. Like I said, like the way that you are reinventing yourself, it's amazing. Like seeing like from when we first started interviewing everything, and now to just see what you're doing right now. Like, cause like I was just amazed at like looking at your work and everything, and I was sitting here like, dang, cause I think I was talking to my girlfriend about this. I was like, yo, he started doing photography the same time that I was doing it, and his work looked great. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But like at the same time, like I was saying, like I was doing too much at once, and like so I gotta slow down and everything. But yeah, I was just looking at your work, and I was like, dang. But yeah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. The key was just getting good fast. I knew I had to get. You gotta understand, like I'm surrounded, like my circle, my immediate circle. I got probably one of the top photographers in Atlanta, like in my immediate friend circle. So I couldn't jump out in this game, and I don't want to make it sound like we're in competition with one another, because we're not. He's a better photographer. You know what I mean? He's a better photographer right now. Shout out to Riz. He's a better photographer. But I lean and I glean from him, man. I lean on him and I glean from him to take everything that I can. And he'll sit down and he'll tell me, hey, man, this is give me editing techniques. He helps. He helps out a lot. And I think when we first started to where we are now, a lot of that I owe that to him. I got another photographer I deal with. Anytime I have a question, man, how can I make this happen? And if we have to take it a step further, I started out in graphic design, right? So I was able to translate what I knew in graphic design on how to, make these waists smaller, how to make these butts bigger, I was able to, how do I remove this cellulite? How do I get this back fat? How do I make these arms smaller? I learned that in Photoshop. That was before I even started taking pictures. So now when I'm taking pictures knowing, okay, if I shoot it like this, I know I can do this in Photoshop to clean this up. So I don't need to worry about this to get that shot. Like it's a whole thought process to every shot that you take. And when you know what you can do in Photoshop, you know what you can do in the editing process, it can make your photos a whole lot better when you out shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, cause like there'll be girls like they'll be like yeah, I don't want to take my shirt off. I got stretch marks from when I was pregnant. I was like, yeah, I can take care of that.
Yeah, and don't
worry.
Like, what?
And I mentioned this when I was interviewing the model and everything. Like there's this one artist that I talked that I used to take pictures for, like at her concerts and everything. She has a missing tooth on one of her sides, and she was like, "Don't take a picture on me this side because I don't want my missing tooth." And like I was like, "Don't worry about that." And like I always sent her the pictures, and I don't think she even noticed that I took it on the side that she told me not to, because I just added that tooth there.
Because you added that too. Would you use the clone tool?
Yeah, the clone tool, yeah.
Call the tooth.
Yeah,
man. It's a method to the madness, man. It's a method to it.
So you can have no teeth and no hair, and you can make all that happen on Photoshop.
Yep. You can add hair. If they got a head full of hair, you can take the hair away. If they got stretch marks all over their body, you can remove the stretch marks. If they ain't got no booty, you can give them a booty. If you know what I mean, if their lips ain't full, you can make their lips full. You can do whatever you want to do in Photoshop. Whatever you want to do. So a lot of the times when we see these photos of these models, you got to understand, we can't go too crazy because a lot of it is Photoshop. A lot of it is just editing, it's graphics, it's magic. A lot of it is. And the good designers, the good photographers that edit, they know how to do it where it don't look like. Because I can look at some work now and be like, oh yeah, I can see what he did here. But the good ones, you can't tell, man. The good ones, it looks like they shot it. It looked like a real shot. And that's what I strive to do when I'm out there shooting. I'm trying to make everything look like it's legit, even though I might have brought that waist in. So.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, chopping it up with us once again, and everything. And I wish you great luck. And like I said, I'm gonna try to touch base with you with some stuff with me, but like I'm trying to get a couple of things together before I go that route and everything. But like I said, like I told you, like I want you to do some stuff for me as well. We already talked about that. But yeah, if you try to start your business, because I already like on Facebook, like if I see somebody, like you're the first person I always be like, yo, hit him up and everything. Yeah, I appreciate you calling in because like one of our hosts is trying to call in and everything to talk about sports, or I would keep you on, but I don't know why this Skype won't let me merge calls in.
No, you good. Yeah. You good, man. You good. Anytime you need me, I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all having me, giving me a platform to inform and educate. I appreciate you, man. And it's always been love, bro. We've been rocking since. Well, doing what you can. So
yeah,
it's always been love, bro. So whenever you need me, man, let me know. I'm here for you.
All right, appreciate that. So once again, you heard all his social medias and everything. If you're looking to develop your business and everything, hit up Jarvis, brand new consultant and everything. I tagged him in all our posts and everything. Make sure you hit him up. Like you heard how knowledgeable he is and everything. I'm about to go into a couple tracks, and then we're gonna come back, talk sports and everything. First track that I'm about to play is the Fat Boy with Cupcakin'. This is Fat Boy with Cupcakin'. All right.
What's going on? This your man Fat, the F, the A, the T. You're now riding with Quarantine Radio. We got this.
I love it. You got me going crazy.
Lost B produced it.
Lately. I love it.
Shout out Floss B, man.
Baby, you stay on my mind. And what I'm thinking you all of my time.
Tropical drinks and fine minks, sitting right over the Cuban links. She love it cause it's real. She always did love the way it feel, and she always will. I pulled up with some Dawn and some crushed ice, back rubs for a dawn off a tough flight. Tell me she hate it when I'm gone, she can't sleep at night. And by the time the bottle gone, we done fucked twice. She a keeper, so I keep her in. Look all that talking from the people, I don't sleep with them. Plus she hope I don't forget about her in and out of town. Black lace gown, she just wanna hold her fucking down.
I love it. You got me going crazy, just thinking about you lately. I love it. Baby, you stay on my mind. I wouldn't mind giving you all of my time.
President suites and first class seats, gourmet sweets, bon appetit. Whenever it's her and me in the sheets, don't have to speak. Catch us on the Sunset Beach for 2 weeks, huh?
Fly away, take this here to another place with my baby. I love it. It don't matter what the people say, I'm gonna love you anyways. As promise it don't matter what we do. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. You got me going crazy, just thinking about you lately. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Baby, you stay on my mind. I wouldn't mind giving you all of my time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, for the one time, I need you just to ignore all the whispers and hate. Nothing like the smile on your face that puts me in another place. I wanna be there for you, just how you want me to. It ain't about your looks now. See it in your eyes, all the pain that you took. Oh, let me relieve you. Girl, I receive you just the way you are. I want you for your heart now. I ain't trying to tease you, girl, let me please you just the way you are. I liked you from the start. You're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you are. You're beautiful, just the way you are. I want you for your heart. Forget all the makeup right when you wake up, cause I wanna see your face. You a diamond in the rough, I ain't cutting up, promise you I mean that, babe. Your curves got me excited, why try to hide it, girl, when you was made that way? Put your body on me, I don't mind. Put your problems on me, you're all mine. You're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you are. You're beautiful, just the way you are. I want you for your heart.
Alright, we're back. So we're gonna be about to go into sports. I'm about to let Joy know that she can call in. Hold on one moment. So we're about to go over. I'm about to look to see exactly where the standings are, and then Joy is about to call in, and then we'll go from there and make our picks for the upcoming week. Let's see where the start, because I think Joy actually forgot to make her picks on. Like, she made her picks on while on the show, but I think she forgot to make her picks on the actual website. I saw that she didn't get any points last week. Okay, so yeah, as of right now, me, King Cancer, and my boy Chauncey is tied for third place. Two people are tied for first. CJ and Dante. CJ keep bouncing back up there and everything. And sixth place we have my boy Chris. Seventh place we have Brock. Eighth place is Jerome from the Lady Rangers. He's tied in eighth place with James Saunders. See, yeah, I don't think, okay, here goes, Joy. Joy?
Hey, what's up, Darnell?
What's good? It don't seem like you made your picks last week on the ESPN Pick'em.
I realized that. I forgot.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, and you didn't get no points and everything from your picks, and I was like, she made her picks, but it didn't seem like you made your picks on there. But I was just going over. Yeah, I was just going over the standing and everything. It's actually me and Brian is tied at third place right now, and everything. And James, like all that junk he was talking, like I think he's in like sixth place right now. But,
you know what, Darnell? Where am I at? Am I like number 13?
Let me go back and look.
So it's got to be pretty low if you don't see it.
Yeah, you're at 11.
The system is glitched. It's just a system glitch. That's all.
Well, you still have time. Like I seen a couple people like when they missed a week, they still were able to come back up. So you still have opportunity to come back up, even though you missed that week. But Thursday's game, we have the Eagles and Giants. What I know. Brian over here. Oh yeah, don't put the microphone on the table like that, because it's gonna do an echo. I know you're a Giants fan. Like, how do you feel about how your Giants have been playing this year?
It hasn't been that good. But that was an incredible game with the Giants and the Carolina Panthers on this past Sunday. But unfortunately for the Giants, that kicker kicked a 63 yards.
64, I believe.
64-yard field goal. Incredible.
I know whoever had him on his fantasy team probably held them alive. It was a tight game and everything.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I said I was hearing from the little forum. They said the Panthers cheated the Giants.
Oh yeah.
So I just I want a point for that game. I said the Giants will win. And they were 2 points off. So I feel like I was right.
How did they cheat?
And you and the other Brian didn't believe me.
How did they cheat?
You said how was it a cheat?
Yeah, how did the Panthers cheat the Giants? How did that happen? Was that first time
This is what I heard. This is what I heard on the forum. I didn't watch the game. They said something about Christian McCaffrey running on 4th and 1, but he didn't get the first down. And I believe they said Cam Newton scored on that drive. But if they reviewed it or whatever, okay, no, that was at the end where they gave him forward progress, so the ball wasn't up there. The other one was the phantom call. They said they called roughing the passer or something like that, but nothing happened. And they showed the replay, and there was no penalty. And that kept the drive alive.
Well, that's not the Panthers' fault. That's the referee's fault.
Wait, say that again?
That's not the Panthers' fault. It's the referee's fault.
I agree with you 100%. Referees are they might as well just play on the teams.
But Thursday we have the Eagles and the Giants and everything. Like, I'm kind of skeptical about this game because it seemed like both these teams kind of have been taken aback. The Eagles ain't been playing like I thought. When they got their quarterback back, they'll probably be back in shape and everything, but they still kind of playing not up to.
The other quarterback who actually won the Super Bowl.
He's their backup.
He's their backup still?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The guy that won the Super Bowl. He was asking about.
Nitful.
Yeah, he was, but he was always their backup and everything. But he like, even though he won the Super Bowl and everything, he wasn't that strong to start over Wentz. I believe. I felt.
I know, but he only had didn't he only play 1 or 2 games this season? I feel like they didn't really give him a chance.
That's correct.
I don't believe that Carson Wentz was ready to come back.
Yeah. Cause he had a tough injury and everything. They could have rested him a little bit more, but it is what it is. But I'm looking at this because they're in New York and everything. I want to say that the Giants do an upset, but you look at Beckham put Eli underneath the bus and everything. It just make you wonder what's going on in that locker room.
What did he say?
But Odell said he supposedly was trying to, what's the word, I guess, motivate them. He called that great leadership. But I think it was bogus what he said, but he claims it motivated them because they played so well last Sunday.
I guess. Well, yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say the Giants over the Eagles.
I agree with
I want to say this. Go ahead, Mr. Brian.
I'll say I agree with that. The Giants going to beat the Eagles. I believe that it's going to happen.
I'm just shocked there's a such thing as an upset in the NFC East.
True. Cause like they all not playing up to
Yeah, they're all kind of like good like that 1 week. Then they're mainly poor the majority of the week. I thought the Redskins were a really good team, but last night was pitiful.
I thought Jacksonville was going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That didn't
they
happen.
Didn't? Oh yeah.
Blown
I
out.
did see that. Yeah, they lost.
The next game that we have. Wait, who did you pick?
Oh, the Giants.
Giants. Okay.
I didn't pick the Giants, but I am now.
Okay. Okay. So the next game we got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. This probably be the first time this year I'm gonna actually pick my team to actually to win. Even though they're in Atlanta and everything, the Falcons like their defense like at the beginning of the year I was talking about their defense and everything. Their defense haven't been up to par, and it just seemed like Matt Ryan hasn't been able to finish games like he used to, and I just the Buccaneers they had a whole week to prepare for this game and get Jameis back on track. So I'm going to go with the Buccaneers just because they're coming off their bye week and everything. I'm going to go with my Buccaneers over the Falcons.
That's a hard pick for me because both of their defenses are pretty poor. But if Jameis Winston is playing, I'll give the Falcons an edge. So I'll say the Falcons.
I have a question. Do you think that Colin Kaepernick will ever play in the NFL?
I think if he decides to accept the team, because I feel like Colin is trying to make the NFL look a certain way, but with the whole case, they said that the Baltimore Ravens and it was someone else offered him a contract. It just wasn't the money he was looking for. But I definitely think he can play in the NFL if he decides to play in the NFL. But no one's going to pay him the kind of money he's looking for with the type of play he's put on when he was the starting quarterback. But that's my opinion. What do you think? Do you think he'll be able to play in the NFL again?
I don't know because it just don't at this point in time look like that's on his top priority right now. And he does have his case out there and everything, so it's probably just pending that case, see exactly how that pans out.
What's the case about?
He's basically saying that he was blackballed, so he's doing a thing against the actual NFL.
So he's suing the NFL?
Yeah.
Well, he's right. He was blackballed.
Yeah, he's trying to say he was blackballed, but the information came out that two teams offered him a contract, just not the contract he was looking for. And I think it might have been for a second string. I can't remember. But Colin Kaepernick, the kind of player he was, the way he played, in my opinion, he was barely average. And I just feel like someone being barely average, like kind of like, in my opinion, with Tim Tebow. He's not as bad as Tim Tebow, but I feel like for the type of player, if you're not producing numbers and stuff like that for a team, you're not worth the circus following you and a negative or the supposed negative attention that comes with that. I just feel like he's really not worth it, in my opinion, if the teams decide they don't want to deal with it, but he's had the opportunity. He just chose not to. According to reports, I don't know if the teams actually offered him that to be a fact, but I just read a report that said two teams offered him a contract.
I didn't know that.
All right. Next game that we have on deck is the Bills and Texans. In this game, I'm gonna actually go with the Texans over the Bills.
Yeah, I'll agree. I second that.
Buffalo can't beat nobody.
Well, they are 2-3, so.
They 2-3?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
The Bills?
Yeah. I believe.
They
They won last week.
Who did they beat?
The Bills got killed. Didn't it get beat? No, never mind. Green Bay beat Detroit. I don't know who the Bills face.
Hold on one moment.
I meant lost to Detroit.
I'll have to wait until I gotta go probably look that up on my phone. I'll look that up to see exactly who they played last week. But hold on, let me see if it will allow me to do it right here. Open up a new tab. Well, while I'm pulling that up, the next game that we have is the Bears and the Dolphins. I'm actually gonna go with the Bears over the Dolphins with this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Oh yeah, the last week they played the Titans. The Bills played the Titans.
They got beat?
Yeah, they played they beat the Titans last week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Titans only put up 12 points. I just looked it up too. I thought the Titans scored more. They only got 12 points for that game.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I really did not expect the Bills to win that game.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it had to be more to what happened. I probably have to look more into that.
Maybe turnover.
But the Bears and Dolphins.
I got the Bears.
Okay. Let me look over to see if anybody. Hold on one moment. Okay. No. So next one we got on deck is the Steelers and Bengals divisional game and everything. The Bengals have been surprising me. The Steelers is kind of picking up, but I'm going to actually, because they're in Cincinnati, I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Steelers in this one.
I'll go with the Bengals.
Next game, we got the Chargers and the Browns. I'm going to go with the Chargers over the Browns.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're going with them over the Chargers?
Yes, because I don't think the Chargers are as good as advertised. And I feel like watching Cleveland, they have a stellar defense, in my opinion. And Baker Mayfield is playing pretty average, so I think he can be better. And I just don't see any spark in San Diego. They don't look good to me. I just think the Browns are better, so they'll edge it out. And I think they'll win, maybe like a 16-12.
Okay. Next game we got is the Colts and the Jets. I'm actually going to go with the Colts over the Jets with this one.
I think I'll pick the Jets for that one.
All right, we have the Seahawks and the Raiders. This one is kind of because like both of them have been disappointing to me this year. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna give the Seahawks the edge in this one because like I don't know what's going because like I expected so much from the Raiders, and they're just not panning out this year. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks over the Raiders with this one.
I'll go with Seattle. I was thinking about the Raiders, but I'll go with Seattle.
We got the Cardinals and the Vikings. Cardinals got their first win last week. I believe I did pick them to win that game too. But even though the Vikings, hold on, who did the Vikings play last week? Because I think
they played Philadelphia.
Yeah, they won that game. Yeah, they won that game. I was probably thinking about the week before. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings over the Cardinals because I remember there was one week that the Vikings got blown out, and I was like, I could not believe. Yeah, it was that Bills game. It was that Bills game that they got blown out. That was disappointing. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings over the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Vikings have a suspect defense. Because the Rams did the same thing. They put up a whole lot of points against the Vikings defense.
Yeah, because like the Vikings is one of the like I was talking about their defense too, and like it just seemed like their defense have declined as well. I'm not sure.
But that's the funny thing about the NFL. Like I thought the Rams and the Vikings had real good defenses, but that Rams and Vikings game was a shootout. And I know the score ended up being high score by both quarterbacks. And that was a shock to me. So I don't even know who are the top defenses right now. So it seems like sometimes they're really, really good, and then they'll have a quarterback show with 30 points.
Yeah, because they basically, because like the top defense was the Jaguars, and they just let the Chiefs just basically, like I wasn't expecting that. Like they actually let the rookie, well, not the rookie, but I forgot what his name is. It was Patrick. What's his last name?
Mahomes.
Yeah, like they just, well, honestly, like they said that he didn't even do a he didn't do a passing touchdown.
Yeah, Blake Bortles. I don't think he had any touchdowns except the one rushing. But Blake Bortles had 4 turnovers, or he might have had 6, including the fumbles. But he had a lot of turnovers in that game.
Oh.
So I think that kind of helped.
See, they didn't even talk about that in the highlights, because they were talking about that, and they were just talking about how Patrick didn't do a pass touchdown. So they didn't talk about the turnovers. Like that's one of the things. Like when they do those highlights, they don't tell the whole story most of the times.
It depends on what their agenda is. They want to make or I call him Travis, but they want to make Patrick look real good. But Blake Bortles was definitely helping Kansas City out a lot, I guess. But Kansas City looks like they have a good defense.
Yeah, they got one. They got one of the underrated. Like I was talking about as well. They got one of them underrated defenses. That it's always going to be a tough defense to go up against and everything. But like I honestly felt like the Jaguars' defense was better. But I can see where Bortles did some turnovers on their side, and that can be tough. So I can understand if that was the case. I can understand why they lost that game then.
Yeah, because that will blow my motivation too. If my quarterback keeps turning the ball over, I can't be great on every play. That's
next game we have the Panthers and the Redskins. Yeah, the Redskins really like at the beginning, like I don't know if it because I didn't even know, because I don't know if I changed it, because like I was watching Raw in the game last night, because they said that they actually threw a flag on that after the celebration, because like I honestly did not see a flag during that time. It's like they didn't televise it.
Yeah, they penalized the Saints for excessive celebrating.
Did they televise that?
Yeah, the flag. I think the little yellow thing was at the bottom, but I just don't get the excessive. I think after the celebration, when they went to the sideline and kept celebrating, but that was dumb to me because the NFL planned it, so I don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I honestly felt like they just let it play, and then I saw articles talking about how they penalized them, and like they penalized them, and I was like, I must have switched the channel because I didn't see no flag. But yeah,
it didn't matter. That didn't help the Redskins out at all.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was just talking about the Redskins. Like they really like, I don't know what happened last night, but it just seemed like they were out of it after that. Cause like their play just went downhill, because like I saw a spark in Adrian Peterson at the beginning of the game, and then when I flipped back, it was like it was nothing.
Yeah, but Adrian Peterson, in my opinion, Adrian Peterson was really good. The problem with Adrian Peterson is I think because of his age, he's not able to run like he used to, like for 26 touches or something like that. I don't remember how many touches he got, but every time he ran the ball, he got a considerable good amount of yards. And I feel like he was too strong for the Saints defense, but they did good with stopping the other running back. And Alex Smith's arm looked like it was getting weak throughout the game, where he completely underthrew the Redskin receiver. And I think he was getting tired, and the Saints game plan really looked like it was just to blitz Alex Smith. But Adrian Peterson, if he was healthy and I guess younger, Adrian Peterson likely would have had that game. The points might have been better.
I can see that they I guess like the Saints most likely outcoached them and was able to put the pressure on the player that they felt like they needed to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Panthers over the Redskins in this game.
I'm gonna go with the Redskins. I don't think they'll struggle with holding Cam.
Okay. And we have the Rams and the Broncos. I honestly I'm not going to say that the Rams are going to go undefeated throughout the whole season, but I'm honestly right now feeling like the Rams might be the NFC pick for the Super Bowl.
What? Darnell? How are you going to say that mess? The Saints are going to the Super Bowl. How can the Rams get to the Super Bowl if the Saints are going?
I honestly feel like the Rams have it on both sides of the ball.
So it's the Saints. We shut out Alex Smith. No props. No props, Darnell. They shut out Alex Smith.
The way that I saw the Redskins were playing last night, I really can't say that was an accomplishment. Drew Brees accomplished a lot last night, but I can't say that shutting down Alex Smith was really that big of an accomplishment the way that the Redskins was playing.
Yeah, but why were they playing that way?
I honestly don't. I can say that they got out-coached last night.
No, I'm gonna say he got too much pressure. He was getting blitzed all night. He was under pressure. No quarterback can throw under pressure that well. Some of them can, but not all of them. In my opinion, we made Alex Smith play like trash because we brought the pressure. We were all over him.
Well, that's my quarter pick right now as far as in the quarter part of the season. I can see the Rams go. I don't know who's going to go in the AFC because the AFC really ain't got no solid pick. Even though the Chiefs right now are undefeated, and the Chiefs and the Patriots actually go up against each other this week, so we might have to actually see something this week with them as far as what's going on. Because the Patriots have picked it back up. Mm-hmm. So we can actually see if the Chiefs defense can actually contain Brady, but we'll get to that when we actually get to that pick. But Jaguars and Cowboys, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars over the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I'm with you there.
Ravens and Titans, I'm gonna go with the Ravens over the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
And the game that I was just talking about, Chiefs and the Patriots. The Chiefs are 5-0. The Patriots have picked it back up, and it seemed like Josh Gordon was a good addition. He fit right into there. I'm gonna go with the Patriots over the Chiefs.
No.
That one is a hard one. Wait, Mr. Bryan, were you saying something?
That's not going to happen. The Chiefs are going to beat the Patriots, without a doubt.
So do you think New England has a chance?
A small chance.
A small chance?
Yeah. The Chiefs are playing too good.
Go ahead.
The Chiefs are playing too good right now.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know because it's a Sunday night game, right?
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game.
Are they in Arrowhead or?
No, they're in New England. That's another thing that I factored in. They're actually in New England Sunday night.
Yeah.
Tom Brady turns it up in prime time.
Yeah, and also with Tom Brady, I feel like he gets more motivated on the grand stage in the regular season, prime time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I think due to it being a night game in New England, and it's probably kind of like a big stage to Patrick Mahomes because it's Tom Brady. And I don't know if a rookie can actually beat Tom Brady in Gillette without being nervous and whatever. But I can't really say it's going to be a test to Patrick Mahomes because the Patriots defense sucks. But I don't know, y'all. I don't really know. I'm going to choose the Patriots because they're in Gillette, and Patrick Mahomes is a rookie.
And
but they're both really good teams.
And Monday night game, we have the Packers and the 49ers. I honestly don't think the 49ers are going to recover from losing their quarterback, and they're in Green Bay, and it's Aaron Rodgers. So I got the Packers over the 49ers.
What was Jimmy doing before he went out?
Say that again?
What was Jimmy Garoppolo doing before he went out?
He was actually giving them a decent, I forgot what week he actually, I think it was the second week he got injured. But I remember that they actually were putting up points.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, in my opinion, he can be better, but he wasn't good this season. I saw I think it was the first 2 games before he injured himself running out of bounds. I just feel like Jimmy Garoppolo, he hasn't proved anything. He's got a hot read option, and his balls are not as good as they should be. And I feel like the 49ers were struggling earlier this season. I don't know if they're still struggling, but I don't think they're missing anything with Jimmy being out. But with Green Bay, it's hard for me to decide because Aaron Rodgers has not been good this season, and neither has his team. And I know Clay Matthews gets the bogus calls on him. So I guess I'll go with Green Bay because they have Aaron Rodgers, I guess, whatever that means. I'll just roll with Green Bay.
All right. So those are our picks for this week. And we'll just see how exactly everything pans out. And did you actually make your picks on your phone while you were? Or you got? Okay. So we just gotta make sure that you make your picks this week on ESPN and everything.
Who was the backup quarterback for the 49ers?
I'm not even sure. Didn't they just have?
I think it's Blaine Gabbert. I don't remember. I can look it up real quick. I think it's Blaine Gabbert.
Didn't they just have Didn't they just have I think they tried out a couple quarterbacks.
I think Blaine is their backup.
Oh.
I don't really know, but I can look it up real quick.
But
I think it's one of those not old quarterbacks, but one that's been there a while.
While she's doing that, there's a couple of things that's been going on. I meant to talk about this a couple of weeks ago, but we never got around to it and everything. But we all know about the whole situation because we've been talking about this as well, about how certain people can say certain things and it kind of put a damage and reputation on people. Well, our president actually stated something about that, but I feel like he said it in a wrong way. About what's the guy's name?
I think it's Kyle Branagh or something like that.
Yeah, Calvin. Yeah, so when they were actually introducing him into getting into elected and everything, President Trump basically said, "I apologize for what this what was this? I forgot what his exact words were, but he was just apologizing to the family that they had to go through all that and stuff like that." And he basically was saying that he was proven innocent, and that was incorrect. The guy wasn't proven innocent in the situation.
He didn't have a trial.
So I just feel like he's inconsiderate to, even though I feel because after I heard what exactly happened, it wasn't that she was saying that the guy raped her. She was saying that he did inappropriate stuff to her, basically. And even though everything should be taken serious, I didn't understand why was this brought up now.
But you know what's suspect? There were 2 other women who say he did something sexually inappropriate, and they was not interviewed, not talked to in an open forum like the lady was. There were 2 other ladies. So one when he was at Yale University, and one when he was at another one at the high school level, I guess it was. They haven't talked.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
They said that happened in 1980, in the 80s.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't understand. Like, I can understand, like, if they were saying that he had raped them, but they were saying that he just did inappropriate stuff to them. Like, I'm not saying that it's all right, but at the same time, it's like, why is this being brought up now?
I think it's only been brought up now because they're likely trying to ruin the whatever his name is reputation. But I do also feel like because of this whole Me Too movement, it kind of ruined whatever sympathy people might have shown to women. And I feel like with the Me Too over-exaggeration as far as everybody was raped or sexually harassed, and when you look at the cases, you're not seeing harassment or any of that. So this girl is saying that whatever his name is did that to her, he possibly could have. But it's just we're in a society now where there's so many people coming out. People are just questioning what she's saying. Because I saw something on, I think it was Fox News, I don't remember. You can, I guess when you go to YouTube and put in his name and her name, they're saying more women, they're actually shocked by the amount of women that are bashing the girl for coming out saying that. By saying it could be our sons, it could be our fathers or our cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was because of what Trump did. Because like you have the Trump supporters that will back him up on what he's saying. Like he's basically saying that it's a rough time for men in this generation because they can we kind of said something like that on the show and everything. But at the same time, the way that he's putting it and everything, like, I wouldn't put it where... Because, like, I believe... I forgot if it was his son or anything, but he was saying that he fears for his son more than his daughters. And I just felt like that was blown out of proportion as far as, like, why would you say that you fear for your sons more than your daughters? So, like, if your daughter got raped, you would be more concerned with your son being accused of raping more than your daughter actually being raped is basically what I took out of that.
I think in his context in 2018, I think context he was trying to use, I didn't hear him, but just by what you're saying, in his context, he's probably just trying to make like a joke or whatever as far as in 2018 where everyone's agenda is to attack the man. So I think he was just trying to make a joke, like, I feel bad for my son who's going to be accused of this and that, and I fear for that. Well, I guess, yeah, like you said, I guess I can see what you're saying. Yeah, that is kind of how it sounds, but I don't think he considered the sexual harassment towards women. I don't think he considered that. Because I think in his context, if he's talking about women accusing men of sexual assault and stuff like that, he was probably just sticking to that context, but not as far as the woman being sexually harassed.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, because I see it as equal, like, at the same time, like, I don't want to look at it as, like, the scale is being tipped and everything, but it is at a point where, a guy at a high like a high role in life and stuff like that, they're a celebrity and stuff like that, like any woman can come out, like those are like, in any situation there's always that one rotten apple that ruins the whole bunch. Because you do have those women that are out for money and they know that because they're female that everybody's going to believe them firsthand when they come out and say something. And then you do have some women that come out and they do say that, yeah, I did this just because I was trying to get back at him. Because like even though, like, because there's a video circulating around where this girl erase, like a lot of people look at it as like it's just a video game. It's just a video game. There's a girl deleted this guy's 2K19 My Career Player. You got to take into factor, like if you look at that video, like he has lighting, he has a video camera. Most likely he's a YouTuber. YouTubers make money. Gaming community is big on YouTube. Like you gotta look at the fact, like if you understand, cause like we were just talking about marketing and branding with Jarvis. Like if you take in consideration with social media influencers, there's certain things that you gotta upheld to continue making that money. I don't play NBA 2K, so I don't know how hard it is to actually get your player to that level. But like if you got people following you, and they're looking at how you develop that player and everything, and like now you no longer have that player, you're going to start losing viewers. You start losing viewers, you start losing money. Some girls feel like it's funny doing that stuff, but you just took food off that man's table.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not excusing it. I just don't think that person is aware that you get paid based off of your YouTube viewership. I'm not defending it because I think he's kind of childish. But if she just walked up and deleted it, that's kind of childish.
But at the same time, like I look at it as like if you know your boyfriend doesn't have a job and all he does is play video games, but you see money coming in, where do you think that money's coming from?
Drug dealing.
Well, if you never seen him dealing drugs, and like I'm sure that she most likely there all the time. Like if you never see him dealing drugs, like the money's coming from YouTube. Like I don't see, like in this day and age that people don't realize that you can make money off YouTube. And like I said, the gaming community is like one of the biggest on YouTube right now. Like that's the biggest way that you can make money is off you, because like there's people that they'll spend a whole year doing a whole season of a video game or just tutorials, and like you see their views and the comments and stuff like that. And you have kids that making money off of this too.
Yeah, I don't think people have really caught up with the times. Like, because I know that social media and YouTube you can make money off of, depending on your followers. I don't think some people have caught up with the times. So when they see someone like with 40,000 views on YouTube, I guess they really don't see it at all. They just don't really take in consideration that 2018, people that post on Instagram with pictures and stuff like that, they get paid based off of how many followers they have. So I just think maybe their boyfriend should kind of explain it to them before it comes to that situation, like her deleting his, what did you call it?
His my player on NBA 2K.
Yeah. See, I think if they kind of tell them, hey, look, this is how I make my money, because otherwise the girl's just going to think, hey, you're just sitting at home playing video games. And that's probably why that girl deleted it and found it funny. She's probably not aware of how 2018 is and how serious that the social media and YouTube is for kind of making I guess you can say kind of like a profession or whatever. But I think in 2018 you just got to explain it to them. Hey, look, this is how I make my money. So again, so they don't reach what you're talking about with that girl deleting his stuff.
Yeah, but as I was stating, like it's crazy, like because like I said, like I can understand where they're coming from as far as a lot of men, they have to be on guard because of these situations where most of the time the man does hurt the female and the female just lashed back how they feel, and like they know, because like they have a lot of power in these type of situations, because everybody's going to believe the female first, but at the same time there might be back, because like a lot of times a lot of females don't come out because they don't feel like people are going to believe them. and it's kind of mixed. It's a mixture now. It's a mixture feeling now, especially like with the president coming out saying the stuff that he's saying, and now you having actually women backlashing other women because they're coming out and saying that this happened to me. Like some women now, like they're taking it too far on like what's going on, because like I some of the stuff, like I don't want to seem insensitive about the situation and everything, but like some of the stuff that some of these women are saying that's happening, especially like with the Morgan Freeman situation, like some of the stuff that the stories that I heard and everything, I was like that I felt like that was innocent. Like I didn't see like how, and I honestly don't feel like have they taken that to case or any, taken the trial or anything.
I haven't heard about that.
I haven't. Yeah, me neither.
It might have blown over and everything, but it was like right after, I forgot what situation, people started coming out about Morgan Freeman and everything, and like the stories. He
got married to a 17-year-old in Memphis, I think.
No. They were talking about this girl was coming out saying how she felt really uncomfortable on set with him. He would always put his hand on her back, make comments and stuff like that. Like I just felt like that really wasn't like that big of, like, you have an older gentleman and like he's from, like, it's not inexcusable and everything, but you got to look at it, especially like with the Aretha Franklin wedding. It was about the same thing, like that to some people, like that's innocent, like you be around family and like your hand just goes to certain places, but you're not really trying to do anything sexual.
I don't know, Darnell. I mean, I just feel like a boob feels different than whatever he was trying to put his hand on. I mean, I just feel like you could definitely tell the difference. I don't know if he's actually innocent or guilty or not, but I just feel like you should be able to tell the difference. But Morgan Freeman, with the whole walking up to her and stuff like that, in my opinion, I know some men do that, and I don't really think it's just now if they start groping while they're touching your back and stuff like that, now you can say something about it. But if you're uncomfortable with someone putting their hand on you or saying something, complimenting you or something like that, just say it. Just say, hey, look, Mr. Freeman, I'm uncomfortable with your hand on me. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of women are scared to tell that guy that, which in my opinion, that's kind of on you. Because that's just how he is. But you have to be able to speak up and say, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think it had to do with the fact of who Morgan Freeman was. And it's kind of like with Terry Crews was saying, as far as speaking out on certain people with their status and everything, and then might be out of work in that field and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe Terry Crews. When he said that, I just can't see it.
What did he say?
The guy had grabbed him in his testicles and everything. I forgot what the guy's name was, but like they said that he grabbed him and made some comment and stuff like that.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, I just can't see that. He's like 250 pounds, probably bigger. He's tall.
Right.
I mean, if a man did that to you, it's because you allowed it.
Right.
So you clearly didn't have an issue with it. So I can't buy into what Terry Crews is saying.
Yeah, it's Terry Crews' built.
Yeah, because like 8 times out of 10, you were likely way bigger than that man.
If that happened to him, he could have punched the guy in the face.
But that's the other thing. He was saying he didn't want to do that because he's a big black man. And he felt
it doesn't matter.
Well, the guy,
but that doesn't matter. You can't be violated, not do anything about it, and then come out and say, I didn't want the reputation of being an angry black man. You allowed it. You're big and you're tall, so if a little man molested you or whatever, it's because you allowed it. He had your permission to do so.
Yeah, you can see it. Somebody like what's the little guy's name?
Kevin Hart.
Huh?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart was very small, said that even what's the crazy one name? I can't think of this guy's name.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams. They think guys are small, so you can see that maybe them saying something like that. But Terry Crews, no.
Yeah.
That's like Shaq
Yeah,
saying somebody insulting him like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I can't see that. I'm sorry, I just don't buy what Terry Crews is saying. Again, if it happened, it's because he allowed it to happen. Because you can defend yourself. There's no reason why you can't defend yourself. You allowed it because likely, and didn't they say the dude that he's accusing of violating him funded his movie?
I believe so.
So you possibly went and did that so you could have your movie funded. So I can't buy the whole I got violated and I did nothing about it, but I'm 260 something pounds and 6'2", however tall he is. And I didn't want to be called an angry black man, so I allowed it. That don't roll with me. I just think he went there to do a job to get his movie funded. And that whole Hollywood circle, from what I've heard, is weird anyway. So they do a lot of stuff out there to get movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors and everything, so you never know. But
yep.
We're coming up to the end of the show and everything. First of all, I want to thank Jarvis for coming on and chopping it up with us and everything. Like I say, the main reason why I do these type of shows just to show how knowledgeable these people are. And you saw how he broke down everything, how he transitioned and everything. So, like, if you're looking for somebody to help you with your brand, I honestly recommend him. Like I said, like I watched him over the years and everything. Like I was just amazed on like what he has been able to accomplish now. That's just knowing like how he was and like he was just all into hip hop and music. And like he said, everything that he stated was true. Like when you're sitting here and you're in the hip hop game and stuff like that, you're basically paying all these marketers and stuff like that. Like if you can learn the skill and everything, but at the same time you don't want to because like me and him, like we were talking about it on here, like you try to do too much at once and everything doesn't pan out because like you're doing too much, you're overwhelming yourself and stuff like that. So I do recommend you guys hit him up if you're trying to build your brand and everything. He'll be able to help you out. Go to his website, his social media, and you'll be able to see his work and everything. Joy, why don't you give out your social media and everything and how people can follow you?
Sure. You can follow me on Instagram at creative _ last name Dees, DEES 88. You can also get me on Facebook under my name at Joy Dees, and also make sure you like our fan pages at Joya Beans, and also our other co-hosts King Cancer and Ordinary Angie. Make sure you go and like those Facebook pages as well.
Alright. And the main page is Quarantine Enterprise. We do on Facebook. We got Instagram Quarantine Radio. You can also look on my Vision page, Quarantine Vision. That's the basically the visual side of the company and stuff like that. _Mackenzie is for everything else. My Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff like that. If you want to follow me, I don't. Just to let people know, I'm not the only one to have access to the Quarantine Radio accounts, so you might not always be talking to me on the Instagram and on the Twitter. There's other people that's actually running those because, like, I know they told me that people think they're directly talking to me. To assure that you're directly talking to me, _Mackenzie. And I'm actually about to have get my assistant their own email and everything, but right now all the emails can go to info@quarantineenterprise.com if you want to send your music to. I haven't really been advertising sending music that much like I usually in the past because like I don't play that much music nowadays, but I'm going to try to get back into that because like I wanted to do excuse me, like a whole music set and everything. But I did that probably like the first or two shows. But our conversations have been so good that I just carry on the conversation and everything. But yeah, if you have new music, you can send it to Quarantine Enterprise. info@quarantineenterprise.com. If you're trying to get an interview on the show, info@quarantineenterprise.com. We'll let you know what the steps are on actually doing that and everything. Other than that, we got a couple things that we have lined up. Don't want to say too much, but we have a couple things in store. Thursday, we actually don't have a guest on the show, so we're going to have another show where we have hopefully we'll have all the co-hosts here, and I know James Saunders said that he's going to actually try to make it here, so we'll actually see James and everything, or he's going to call in, one of the two. He said that he's going to try to come on the show and everything. So we'll have a Buccaneers fan, Saints fan, and a Panthers fan all on the show at the same time.
And my team's superior. Remember that?
Okay. Joy's delusional.
Who's your team?
Lies.
Who? Lions?
The Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Okay.
So
yeah, who that?
We don't have. Well, we actually do have an Atlanta fan on the team and everything, but he's basically just on the blogging side. He actually lives in Atlanta and everything. But yeah, so it'll be a fun show. We have a discussion. James come up and chop it up, and then I'm going to actually rub it in his face that he's at the bottom, because like that's all he talks about every day, every year, is that he beats me in the pick'ems. Well, he's way at the bottom this year, so we're going to have him see what he has to say for himself and everything. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you listen to us live, on demand. And on demand, you can listen to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. I haven't been posting up the YouTube videos, especially like if we do the phone interviews. I think the last video that I have to post up is when we interview the model. So I got to edit that. Once I edit it, I'll put it up on YouTube and everything. But when we do the phone interviews, I'm most likely not going to put up a video and everything, because the person is just on the phone and everything. You can't really see nothing, but so I just have the audio and everything. But other than that, Brian, you have anything else that you want to say or anything?
No, I just thought, thanks for a good show. Let me fill in for Brian, what do you call him? Says Cancer.
King Cancer.
And Angela.
Yeah.
And Angela. Yeah. So we'll be back next week, right?
Yeah. Angela just had a family thing, and King Cancer, he had a personal thing that he had to take care of. So unfortunately, they couldn't make the show. Hopefully, they're going to try to make it on Thursday. So hopefully, they both come on the show Thursday and everything. Other than that, Joy, you have anything else you want to say last?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see y'all on Thursday. All right. And this show has been Quarantine.
Hey, this is Nola Ada, and you are now rocking with Il McKenzie right here.
I want to hear that new soul-free wisdom on the Quarantine Radio.
Yo, what's up, man? It's the Kid Swift, baby. Young Swift. One time for the check-in with my dog, my homie, Il McKenzie. Straight out of ATL, Georgia. And you know how we rockin' out here, baby. Let's get it. I tried being humble. I tried being humble. I tried being humble. Humble get no respect.